It is the only museum of its kind in the country, and we are so lucky to have it in our region. Hi, I'm Tonya Caruso. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. And joining us right now is John McCabe. He is the president and CEO of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum Trust. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Such a unique place because you honor the veterans of every military conflict since the Civil War.
Correct. Which is a very, very high distinction for us that we don't take lightly. And even though it's been there and standing for over 103 years now, there's still a lot of unknowns, I think, to the public, which is why I'm here today to try to invite people in and learn a little bit more about what we do there.
Right, so what would you say to someone sitting at home who's never really paid a visit? Which seems hard to believe that no one has paid a visit, that they've never paid a visit, but what would you say to someone?
Honor them with your presence, which is our tagline, but it's true. You need to come down and just experience the entire building, not just the museum, not just being in the memorial, but what it stands for. When you do tour the museum, you're going to learn a lot about the individuals that have sacrificed so much for our country during their services. Or the majority of the artifacts have been donated to us by family members or the veterans themselves. So it's just especially if you're from the area, you have to at least see it. You may have been there in the past for a wedding or a graduation or some other event, but likely you're not familiar with all that we do there.
Right, and so it is a museum. You can go and tour, and you can also rent out the facility for events, but really you run educational programs all year round, and always with the focus of honoring vets. And every year you have a big ceremony inducting people into the Hall of Valor.
The Hall of Valor, yes. The Hall of Valor has been a program that Soldiers and Sailors has run since 1963. And it is for the top 7 medals that service members will receive for valor, the first one being the Medal of Honor. There's over 700 inductees in our Hall of Valor now, each with their own plaque. Now, we don't have room to display all the plaques, but every year we have a new induction class, and it's a great ceremony. It's a very special time for us, one of our most proudest moments of the Hall. This year is on March 23rd. It's a Sunday afternoon, and it is open to the public. You join us in our grand auditorium. You get to witness and hear the citations of these individuals that have received these medals. And then following that, if you have made reservations with us, we have a sit-down dinner.
Well, and how important and how much of your mission of honoring these men and women who have served and sacrificed and given so much to our country?
How important? Well, that's what the building was built for. So in 1910, when the doors opened to remember the Civil War veterans, we do the same thing now, except we have a lot more veterans, a lot more conflicts to remember and to honor. And unfortunately, we have to recognize that there will be more in the future also. So one of the main things that we do as a nonprofit trust to operate and run the building is to raise more awareness, which in turn we hope will generate income. Right. And I always fail to mention this, I think. I know they flash it on the screen, but if you go to our website, soldiersandsailorshall.org, you can learn a lot about what we do, a lot about how you can support us, the events that we're having, how to contact us, hours of operation, things like that.
Okay, and before we go, Memorial Day is always an important
exactly.
time.
It's one of our annual events also, and it is on Memorial Day, and we feel what a better place to be than at Soldiers and Sailors on Memorial Day. So that is a free event open to the public. It starts with a ceremony in the morning where we remember some of the fallen service members, and more recently it's the service members from our 2 recent conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. But then after that we have a festive day with music and kids activities and a few other surprises. The museum's open for free. So it's just come down for a few hours or all day. Right. Eat, drink, so it's a good time.
And an amazing educational experience for young people and old alike. We thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm Tonya Caruso. Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.